TV presents Gentle Giant with Pam Minnick and Katie Kaufman.
We've spent the past year traveling around the U.S. learning about and spotlighting gentle giants of all breeds and sizes.
From the Tournament of Roses to the Calgary Stampede, from plowing the fields to the World Championship 6-horse hitch competition, and even a behind-the-scenes look at the Budweiser Clydesdales, and how could anyone forget Disneyland?
There have been so many wonderful stories and amazing moments. It's really hard to pick just a few, but when we return, we'll share with you some of our favorite memories. Stay with us. As we take a look back at the best stories of the year, we have to start with where the idea for Gentle Giants began, with Joe Ricketts and his passion for heavy horses and his beautiful Jackson Fork Ranch Percherons.
I went to the Denver Stock Show. I went to the arena. I had no idea they were going to show with draft horses. And I just happened to be standing by the gate that opened up, and a 6-horse hitch came galloping through. And my heart started pounding. I could hear the harness. I could feel the hooves. I could see the beauty of the animals. And I said, that is glorious. I've got to find out more about this. So I started asking questions and learning about the horses, learning about that industry. And said, I have the facilities, I might try to get a couple heavy horses.
Brian Coleman drove the hitch to a world championship and complimented the horses and the team effort.
You want to have a good ground crew and make sure that everyone does their job and knows their job and you know, ready to get everything ready to go in the ring, because you're asking for a lot of intensity out of these horses, so you can't take a chance to have anything that's not done up properly.
Who can forget the history made at the centennial celebration of the Calgary Stampede, where thousands lined the 3-mile parade route, and the blacksmith competition educated and entertained. Josh Minshall is the driver of the Express Clydesdales.
Well, the Calgary Stampede in general is one of our favorite events of the year. It's one of the biggest shows. We really go all out for it. Just everything going on here and the international excitement of it. Everybody knows about the Calgary Stampede wherever you go. So we love coming here and being a part of it, and it's just really exciting.
For nearly a century, the Budweiser Clydesdales have shown the world how majestic gentle giants are. And we got to see all 3 of the traveling hitches at their many appearances nationwide.
Typically travel with anywhere between 6 and 7 of us out on the road at one time. Traditionally, I mean, these were the semis of yesterday. This is how all the goods got delivered, you know, from the dock to the cities to the, you know, to the bar. So when the drivers had to make these deliveries, they would actually carry in or be driving 6 or 8 horses, and they're in, you know, might be stuck out in the middle of the road. Well, if another driver pulls up to make a delivery, they have to clear the way and make room for the other driver to make his delivery. So the driver really has to know what he's doing, and it's a lot of handwork. It's quick, it's fast. The horse has got to be on top of it, and basically, in the docking procedure, that's exactly what he's doing. He's docking the wagon to the dock so they can make the delivery. Well, the breed originated over in Scotland. They were brought here to the United States around the turn of the century, and like I noted earlier, they were the workhorses, you know, of yesterday. And we brought on our Budweiser Clydesdales after the repeal of Prohibition back in 1933, and here we are today representing Anheuser-Busch and Budweiser, and you know, we're still doing a great job at it.
The flowers at the Tournament of Roses are always a breathtaking sight, and made more beautiful when they are adorning majestic horses. We spotlighted draft horses of a different size, the Gypsy Cobs of Wileen May's SD Farms. And we learned that as executive producer of American Idol, Wileen's day job is quite a bit different than her duties at the farm.
By day, I am an executive. I'm the production executive for American Idol. I'm sure everybody's aware it's probably the most successful talent reality show that we've ever had on American television. And at night, I'm a gypsy horse breeder.
Albert Clevey became a fast friend.
Yes, he did. We felt his passion and emotion when he talked about the family atmosphere in the draft horse industry.
I don't know what it is exactly, but for some reason the draft horse industry all pulls together. We help each other. We help each other get to the shows. But when we get in that show, we're trying to beat them. Oh, it's just wonderful. You know, it's something you dream of all your life.
Albert loves his horses, and we love Albert.
Yes, we do. Stay with us. More highlights from Gentle Giants when we return.
Welcome back. While you might not think of Oklahoma when you think of draft horses, some of our favorite moments occurred in the Sooner State.
Bob Funk opened his historic barn for visitors to enjoy his black Clydesdales.
He wanted to save it because it was kind of a historical piece for the community, and he wanted to open it up to the community to come and see and enjoy the Clydesdale horses with him.
We opened up the gift shop and we opened up the barn, 6 days a week, because that's really for the young people. And there's a lot of older men that drove horses when they were younger, and they come by and they're enamored, of course, with the size of the horses and reminisce many times about what happened in their earlier lives with the horses, the work horses that they had, the heavy horse system that they might have had back in those days to farm with. I thought Oklahoma really did not have a hitch that they could promote around the United States and Canada. And so I thought there'd be a great promotion for our state so we could be represented at the national shows and at many of the fundraising events around the United States and Canada.
Express Clydesdale's manager and teamster Josh Minchell became one of our unofficial advisors and experts in the field.
Every breed would have something that they say, well, you guys don't have this to take care of, and our thing is the feathers. It's a lot high maintenance, the feathers, because we want a lot of feather on their legs. Traditionally, a Clydesdale would have feather that would just cover the hoof, and we want to grow that and maintain it so that we do get long feather, because it just looks so cool when it's flowing in the air when they trot. So one of the things that we do at home is we oil and condition it with mineral oil and sulfur mixed in, and that helps condition the hair so it doesn't get dry and brittle and break off. A lot of times when they step around in their stall or when we're working them, they'll step on the hair with their shoe, and it will cut the hair off. So another thing that we do, we put leather protectors around their feet that protect that hair from getting stepped on and chewed off by the shoes. So we oil them, condition them about once a week, sometimes twice a week during the summer when it's really dry. And then at the show, when we wash that hair, we're just extra careful. We don't go against the grain. We're careful not to pull more hair out than we have to.
The World Championship 6-Horse Hitch Classic Series Finals was held at the State Fair in Oklahoma City. Gentle Giants was there as the best of the best strutted their stuff in 3 competitive rounds. Ames Construction's Percherons emerged as the world champions.
Biggest challenges we have is color. A gray horse will be born black and slowly turn gray. Depending on the genes, just like a person, we all get gray hairs at different ages. So our biggest challenge is trying to find gray horses and keep them matched. So we probably have to have a lot more horses than most of the, in the Percheron industry, most of the black people, because of the fact of the color. We're always having to miss every year, every season, the horses change color. Some of them will stay dark. We have some older horses, 9, 10, that are dark gray, and we've had horses that are 4 and turn white on us. So it's a very big challenge on that color part, but it's also a challenge just finding gray horses in general nowadays.
Our first time to take the lines and learn the fine art was at the driving school at Big Shoe Stables in Meeker, Oklahoma, with Don Langell. Okay. Whoa. I said, whoa.
Perfect. Thumb and finger, reach back here.
A lot looser than my left. No, maybe not, yeah. Okay.
There you go.
I don't even know if I hit the brake. Never happened, Don. Never. Could you imagine doing this to 6? No. Back. Back. Whoa. Okay, that's good. I did it.
But our favorite memory in Oklahoma had to be when we visited Zubrod's Percherons, and Chad and Melissa's young daughter Kenseth stole our hearts.
Sometimes I come in the barn and pet her, and sometimes I sit on her, and she likes me braiding her hair, and she likes to, easy girl, and she likes to go to horse shows. She gets so excited. I love Ross so much because me and her sometimes play with each other's, and we a girl, she bite on my waist.
Kenseth is going to be some kind of cowgirl when she grows up.
That's right, Pam. Stay with us, folks. When we come back, Gentle Giants is headed to the fields.
Gentle Giants will be right back.
Welcome back to Gentle Giants. Not all heavy horse activities require shiny harnesses and braided manes, as we learned when we followed the events of the Texas Draft Horse and Mule Association.
Everywhere we go, everyone seems to echo the advice we got very early and often from Mr. Bob Lewis.
Safety. Any kind of safety with a horse. It's just like your saddle horses or anything. You got to think of what might go wrong. Pay attention to what you're doing, and don't try to do more than your horses are broke to do, trained.
Bob has been there. He helped train our first team of mares that we had. And the thing he told us, we could only afford to get them trained for 30 days. And Bob and his sons broke our mares out in the field, in plowing and in the field, just like you've seen today. And when he came and gave them back to us, and we went and picked them up, he said, "You'll do just fine if you're smarter than they are." And that was his advice, and it's the truth. You have to be ahead of them, you have to be thinking ahead, and it's every time you drive, every time you hitch up. You have to be thinking about what your horses are gonna do. You have to be aware of your surroundings, because it's not always what your team might do, it's what others are doing too that might influence your team.
There was a scary moment in the field when a team ran away with the cedar wagon.
And he is now, he sat down so that he wouldn't lose his lines.
Never put your lines where you can't get to them. You can lay them down if the horses are broke pretty good, but always have them where you can just reach out and grab them.
Debbie and Doug Halford got an unexpected phone call from their horse's previous owner.
It was Tuesday morning after the Gentle Giants program had aired on Monday night, and I got a call that I didn't recognize on my cell phone, and the lady kept calling me by name like she knew me and talking about Chase and Chaz, and she called off their registered names, and I'm like, yes ma'am. You know, I wasn't sure what she was getting at. She was excited. Her husband was in the background talking about the Waverly sale where they were sold when they were younger, and that a guy in Texas got the horses.
Joni Kuhn and her fabulous Friesians showed the world how fearless she is and the speedy side of combined driving.
I like to do speed events with the Friesians. So there's a new concept out there now called arena driving. They do it over in Europe and it hasn't really caught on in the US, but we're starting to, we're trying to get it going. And it's just timed events in an arena through elements, and you just go as fast as you possibly can. Yeah! Up, up, up. Yep. Up, up, up. Soapy. Up, up, up. Get up here. Yeah. Get up here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Good boys.
Of all the horses that took our breath away, it was hard to ignore Windermere Farms champion stallion, Moose. All 19 hands of him.
Some people say the outside of the horse is good for the inside of a man or woman. And Moose is one of those horses that, you know, he gives you energy. He gives you things that another horse doesn't.
We finally got brave enough to take the lines of the 6 when we visited Roger and Linda Toms at Roll-In Clydesdales in Pennsylvania.
These are just some of the most wonderful stories we were honored to tell all throughout the year.
Gentle Giants wants to extend a warm thank you to everyone who opened their homes and their barns to us. Make sure you join us here next week on Gentle Giants.
And don't forget, check us out on Facebook. We'll see you there.
Bye now.